Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the risk management framework of the Access Engineering PLC. First of all, I would like to do a brief introduction. Access Engineering PLC, established in 2001, is the premier civil engineering firm in the Sri Lankan construction sector. They have extensively contributed to the construction landscape in Sri Lanka through numerous completed construction projects. They collaborated across disciplines and industries like energy and resource, environmental and water to bring highly diversified projects to life. In this presentation, we will discuss the risk management of this great construction company according to their 1920 annual report. Ishalini.
Thank you, Rusiro. In Access Engineering PLC, its own risk management framework, but it complies with the corporate governance principles. Company sound system of internal control ensures that shareholders' interest and company assets are safeguarded. The company risk management process reflects the efficiency of the business and its operations. The board of directors established the group risk management policies to identify and analyze the risk that the company faces through its operation and the other environmental factors. The group auditing committee will be monitor the group's risk management, and the audit committee reports to the board of directors regularly about its activities. The three level of functions that enable AEL to effectively control its risks. The first level is risk ownership. The risk ownership functions at the company is responsible for identifying, measuring, monitoring, and controlling risk at an operational level. This function is operated by the Chief Operating Officer. This is based on the highest level of independence level and objective of the organization. The second level is risk infrastructure. The risk infrastructure in the company identifying the risk can include risk management policies, procedures, and information. In the company's internal audit function and integrated management systems function operated and manage the risk infrastructure. The third level is risk governance and oversight. To meet the risk governance, the board of directors accept overall responsibilities for risk management of the company. In general, the company carries out its risk management framework in such a level of functions and processes. It provides to easy to identify the risk of the company. Next, I would like to explain the Ishan.
Thank you, Vichalini. In risk management approaches, Access Engineering use several risk management methods to accomplish their different objectives in risk management. First, when we consider the risk management in Access Engineering, the internal audit function is doing a major role to mitigate the risk. They mainly work to improve and evaluate the effectiveness of the risk management through the systematic and disciplined approach. That means they applying a clearly defined set of rules to limit or direct and control the risk. And they have adopted an approach based on the risk assessment with intention of safety, reliability, profitability, and integrity of the organization. Secondly, the internal audit team is highly focused on the balanced risk management approach when they prepare the audit plan, because they consider the risk and return to meet their objectives. Finally, they mainly use the risk management framework as an approach to mitigate risk step by step, and they use a risk metrics which directly connect with the risk management approach, and that will be explained in the risk appetite chapter. And I would like to invite Bhagya to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we all know what is the Access Engineering. It is well-performance construction company in the Sri Lanka. In this slide, we will talk about a key achievement in the this year or in this year. The awarded quality management system ISO 9001 for 2004 to continuously improve the civil engineering sector effectiveness and efficiency of the performance, as well as improve the environment management system that impact to their construction operation. This requirement of ISO 14001 2004. In this year, Access Engineering innovative several construction method in this operation, which are the best method to use construction field, and also partner with University of Moratuwa to continue their research and development. Hemal, now you can continue the presentation.
Thank you, Bhagya. I am going to present the priorities for the future. In this era, all the businesses are facing the challenges which is associated with COVID-19 pandemic. Access Engineering PLC have disclosed some of the future priorities that they are planned to achieve within the next few years by overcoming the risks and challenges in respective to their industry and move forward to become the market leader. The first priorities, the company has agreed upon with some projects with their customers for the next few years, and they have a strong financing mechanism with the best corporate governance practices to become normality in the industry even during the uncertain time period. Next one is due to the increase in the future infrastructure developments, as one of the key reputed players in the construction industry, Access Engineering PLC predict that they will gain more benefits from the future projects such as Colombo International Port City developments and the Central Expressway, etc. Next one is in future they are planned to diversified vertically integrated as corporate citizens. Hence, the company's strategic plans will help to become innovative construction company by attracting a high number of custom portion. The company has identified that they should focus on the diversification strategy in order to become sustainable in the future. The next, the revised corporate tax rate of 14% will give the company to have a positive impact on the company's future earnings. That is good for company. Next one of the main goal is to maximize the company's shareholders' wealth by giving high returns on investment, along with investing monies in ventures from their after tax profits. The company will declare 40% to 50% dividends out of their profits during the challenging period with the purpose of managing the working capital well. The last one is some of the future plans related to their intellectual capital is to have a fully automated individual backup system and implement an e-procurement system to increase the efficiencies in their operations. Thank you. Next slide will be presented by Ruziru.
Thank you, Hemal. Risk governance structure and oversight. Risk governance can define as the processes or mechanism that get the decision about risk and implements. Also, better risk control can minimize the negative impact of company-related risks and benefiting the organization from the changes. The composition of the risk governance structure of Access Engineering includes mainly board of directors and board of subcommittees. The company director board consists of 4 members. The board is responsible for maintaining a sound risk management framework and internal control system to safeguard the shareholders' investment and the company assets. Also responsible for identifying the principal risk and ensuring the implementation of an appropriate risk management and internal control system to manage those risks in accordance with corporate governance principles. The board of subcommittees consists of 6 committees. The audit committee of the Access Engineering is responsible to maintain the standard of the company's financial statements and financial reporting process, to maintain system of the internal accounting and financial controls, to other legal and regulatory requirements, policies, and ethics established by the company. Related Party Transaction Review Committee's final goal is to maintain the shareholders' interest when doing the related party transactions, improve the transparency of the company, and promoting fair transactions. The Committee of Remuneration is responsible for the remuneration policies and practices of the Access Engineering. Investment and Subsidiary Performance Monitoring Committee evaluates prospective investment and monitors the performance of subsidiaries. Strategic Planning Committee develops strategic plans which identify the long-term goals and business objectives to improve the company's performance. Compliance Committee overseeing the company's effects concerning operational compliance. Chamodi, you can continue.
Thank you, Rusru. It's about operating landscape for the year. That means the business operation of Access Engineering Company. The company grown to be an industry leader over years, and they continue to develop long-term relationship with existing partners by providing good value to customers. When discussing the operating landscape in general, firstly, we can categorize into 4 business segments such as construction, construction-related materials, properties, and automobile. Under the construction, the operations are process of constructing buildings and other infrastructure. When we discuss construction-related materials, in here, operations are production and distributing of construction-related materials. In properties, operations are development and management of high-rise structures such as renting and selling. Last one is automobile. That means importing, distributing, or selling branded motor cars and spare parts. When it comes to pandemic situation like COVID-19, how it impact on internal operation and businesses. In COVID-19, the company operating a solid system of internal control within integrated risk management framework. Also, management establish a business-related strategy for each business unit and project. This will speeding up operating with minimum delay. The board was encouraged with the effectiveness and of the company's internal control system. Finally, I would like to say it's all about the operating landscape for the year. Pranisha will explain risk strategy and culture of this company.
Thank you, Chamodi. So moving on to discussing about the risk appetite. First of all, I would like to tell that integration between the other aspects of the company is important to operate the risk appetite in enterprise risk management. So in general, the risk appetite is the level of risk the company is willing to accept. So at Access, the board of directors is responsible in setting the risk appetite, and it is complied with the best practices on corporate governance jointly issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants and the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka. So when we talk about the components of risk management identified by COSO, there are 5 main components such as the governance and culture, strategy and objective setting, performance, review and revision and information, communication and reporting. So mainly the Access has identified throughout these components. The first one is the risk assessment, and the other one is the review and revision. So when we talk about what is risk assessment, so Access has identified that they are using to assess the risk using the risk registers and identify the potential risk, and it shows the likelihood and severities of risk occurring. Next, I would like to say that what is review and revision. Review and revision means at Access, the company is reviewing their implementation against the plans that they have taken in order to correct the action where variances are apparent. So when we talk about the strategy, a strategy is very important, and it plays a vital role in an organization. So an organization mission and the strategy goals and objectives are indicating the level of risk which an organization aims to operate.
So the strategies which set up by the board of directors at Axis should be aligned with the risk appetite. So due to several volatilities in the environment, companies should review their strategies continuously. When we talk about the mission statement of Axis, it says that to meet the challenges in the development of multi-sector civil engineering projects, providing innovative solutions while developing long-term progressive relationships with all our stakeholders. That means by their mission statement, they emphasize that the company is more likely to face challenges and they are likely to obtain more risk, and that has been aligned with the company's strategy. So we can identify as the Axis as the high risk appetite company, because since they are engaged with large scale of infrastructure developments, as well as when setting the risk appetite, it is important to identify the environment impact. So when it comes to Axis, the nature of the industry is construction. So it is important to identify the environment as well. So when we talk about the culture plays a vital role as well. So the organization should give the proper awareness about the risk of the organization to employees using such as a cascading approach. So I would like to say that Axis risk ownership function also raises risk awareness among their employees. So finally, the risk management role at Axis, the risk management role of each business unit is led by the unit's head, and they identify throughout this process, they evaluate the operational risk that result from the company's operations, including the risk of system and equipment failures, of overcapacity issues, a lack of trained labor, and unfavorable weather conditions. So I would like to hand over the next session, next chapter to Chanuka.
Thank you, Ranisha. According to the Axis Engineering financial reports, we can identify 12 risk principles in the company. Here, I am talk about the main changes of the risk principles in the company. First, operational risk. Since the latter part of the 1920, the company faced potential risk arising from the outbreak of the COVID-19 global pandemic situation. The company has managed resume operation of temporary disruption and is able to continue as a going concern. Technological risks. In 1920, the group made considerable investments to adopt new technologies on par with global industry practices. Social, economic, and political risks. In here, during 1920, the company engaged in various community-related activities, including community development and philosophies invention while managing healthy stakeholder relationship influenced by economic and political risks on company performance was minimized by strong strategic planning. Next one is human capital and labor risk. During 1920, the company placed a strong emphasis on related key talented thought performance regulations and reward charming succession planning, leadership and career development program, ensuring that high quality employees are retained. This type of highly competitive labor environment. Fifth one, quality, environment, safety and health performance risk. Companies committed to continual importance of the quality management system and the environment management system. Health performance and risk status did not change during 1920. Next one, compliance risk. During 1920, group adopt its migration strategies to maintain a high standard of regulatory compliance, competition risks. During 1920, the group remained alert with regard to ensuring its competitors. The group has to match global standard thought benchmarking as business to global best practices and maintaining the highest quality level in terms of both construction products and services. Uh, uh, Financial risks. During 1920, there was continuous monitoring of liquidity management strategies. The Treasury Division was supposed by the finance and financial functions of respective businesses. Ninth one, reputation risks. The group politics, procedures, and best practices were the foundation of the uncompromising approach to ethic and transparent business during 1920. IT-related risks. Majority of the group IT system are centralized to ensure uniformity and standardization across the group. Procurement risks. The procurement risk has the primary increase due to the devaluation of the Sri Lankan rupee. Final one, fraud risk. During 1920, the group has managed to continue with robust internal control to migrate risk associated with fraud and maintain an ethical working environment for employees. Now, this diagram explain repossessing after migration action and repossession before migration action. The board and audit committee conduct the level of risk associated with the company principal. This is the currently consist with the company's overall accept in relation of these risks. The heat map sees out of the positioning of our principal is by impact of probability, both before any migration measures are taken into account and after the impact of migration measure are taken into account. Both these 12 risks, risk position before migration action, their significant impact and probability medium to high. And after migration action, these all 12 risks mitigate impact and probability of low to medium. And next slide will be continue, Bhagya.
Thank you, Shanuka. Indicator and mitigation action. Mitigation is the reductions of the something harmful and harmful effect. Now we can see access engineering, how they apply that. Access engineering measure the effectiveness of response given the risk identified while evaluating their implementation against the planned necessary corrective measure where the deviations are evident. Based on the risk sources derived from the risk register, the respective function formulate strategies to reduce the mitigate these risk exposed. The company's health and safety management system enable us protect our workforce, comply with the laws and regulation, reduce the cost, enhance employee relation, and create the indicate-free workplace. The company board accepts overall responsibility for the risk management and determine the nature and extent of the principal risks to taken and access to effectiveness of the risk management in the internal control system that is in place mitigate impacts. Vishalini, now you can continue your presentation.
Thank you, Bhagya. The company used some strategies to mitigate the risk, such as the first one is the risk factor involves issues or concerns associated with the technologies involved in the execution methods and operational technology of the company. The second one is the company upgrading and continues the training and development of staff both on-site and off-site to encourage employees to produce ideas of innovative solution and new ventures. Industrial visits and partnering helps to transfer the job knowledge to employees. The last one is human capital and labor risk of the companies motivating, developing, retaining, and attracting the employees to mitigate the risk. Finally, excess engineering, maintaining a sufficient liquidity position to ensuring standards of quality in finished products. Increased competition is an impact on total revenue growth, underlying operating margin, and underlying earning per shares. So, business operation of the company to reduce the impact of competition. Finally, overall, the company's risk appetite and the audit committee on the process help to mitigate and control over the existing risks. Thank you.